I'm Katherine Stannett. I'm one of the authors of Hotspot. I co-wrote Hotspot 3, 4 and 5 with Colin Granger. I'm an editor and a writer, and I live here in a little village in West Sussex, in the middle of some beautiful countryside. I'm very lucky because I've got an office at the end of my garden, which maybe you can see just there. So I can sit in my office and listen to the birds sing and look out into the garden and hope for some inspiration when I'm trying to write books. I think probably the most important thing is motivation. It's always going to come down to motivation. What is going to make the teenager want to learn when there are so many other exciting things going on in their lives? So I think what you have to do is try and make it very relevant to them. And obviously that's sometimes difficult. But there's so much going on in the English language, online particularly, with songs and magazines, that there is a way of showing them that English is very relevant and will really help them in their lives. So I would say my first tip for teaching this age group is find out about your students. Find out if anyone in your class has got a really special interest. It doesn't have to be anything deeply cultural or difficult. It could be someone who's really good at playing a particular game on their games console. It could be someone who loves playing football. But find out and then get them to tell the class about it. Get them to use English to talk about the things that really motivate them and interest them. And they'll feel great because they're talking about the stuff they're interested in, and the rest of the class will be interested in finding out more about their classmate. Songs and music are always a brilliant way of getting teenagers interested. I think it's very tempting to fall back on the songs that you know as a teacher, but ask the kids to come and tell you what songs they've been listening to, who their favourite pop stars are. It's not difficult to go online, get some of the lyrics. Maybe you might have to blank some of the lyrics out if they're not acceptable, but you know, pick some things that are interesting, and the kids will be really motivated to learn them and to try and sing along with the music. So that's another thing that the kids will love doing, and you could maybe save as a Friday afternoon activity. If you have a camera or a video camera, bring them into the classroom and get your kids to put something together. They'll absolutely love doing that. Get them to make an advert. Maybe they can make an advert for their school. Maybe they can invent a product and put together an advert for that. Kids are massively interested in advertising. They like watching ads on telly. They like looking at YouTube videos. If you can motivate them to try and create something together as a team, and make a little film or just take some photographs, I think that's something that will really interest them. I really like the extra specials actually, which are the mini plays, the longer readings. We've got a poem, sometimes they're quizzes. I think they're great fun. They're a way for the kids, you know, they've got through a whole module, they've done all the difficult stuff, and now they can enjoy something that's just slightly different. And it was great fun to try and find different things to fill those spaces, and I hope that the students will really enjoy using them. Okay, I'm going to start with the worst part and then I can finish on a high. So the most difficult thing about writing Hotspot was meeting the deadlines. I would get a deadline once every fortnight, and it would usually be a Monday. And inevitably I would be up at midnight on a Monday, trying desperately to finish, to hit my deadline, trying to think of stuff that was interesting, and that was tough. The best thing was definitely going back to classrooms all around and meeting students and talking to them, finding out about what's interesting them, what they like doing, really meeting great people, great kids who are very interesting and always engaging and wanted to know all about us, and we wanted to know all about them. So that was fantastic. My favourite English word, that's a difficult one because there are lots of fantastic words to choose from, but I think I'm going to go with the word epiphany. And epiphany means a moment when you have a sudden realization about something, a moment when something is revealed to you and you understand something. And I hope that teachers and students can have moments of epiphany in their classrooms when suddenly something will just click for them.